Well, if it isn't the old hubsters here. How's it going, everyone? Bo here from PC Hub. We are going over a new dev diary today regarding the new fishing location, the ocean, as we've been talking about for the past couple of months, I guess. I don't even know when this sucker's coming out. I do know he said that they were months behind of putting it out, but that was a month ago or so. So I'm still thinking August, September as a release date, just to quell a few of you who are about to comment down below, when's this coming out? Hold your horses, son. I still think it's gonna be a good month or more, but today we're gonna be talking about something a little bit different. This is the new dev diary that just came out regarding a new fishing mechanic and fishing plan. And now this was an update that we were talking about earlier on as something they were going to be adding in. First, they were going to add in the clubs where you could kind of join into a group of your friends and be a little more tight-knit community, do things together and that sort of thing, which I hope that we can do something like that in the future. But I do know that they restricted to just like 20 people, so it's not like I'll be able to have 1,000 hubsters or something in our big group or whatever. But this is another one of the mechanics that they had talked about, the new fishing mechanic of pulling up the fish or whatever to create slack in the line, which you then reel in. This is going to be more a thing for larger fish. Hey, you say you like fishing and hunting in the outdoors, but you're not following the modern day outdoorsman. You know it's cool, right? I mean, I don't want to pressure you into doing anything, but give it a shot. And I'll make you a deal. You subscribe, and I'll let you watch the videos for free. And that's a great price. Plus, we have cool shirts. So follow the MDO today. Larger fish than the smaller fish. The smaller fish, you're still going to be kind of able to reel in like normal, but it's not going to be so much waiting for the fish to get tired like we do now. They just kind of run their track and they get tired, and if we fight correctly, then that I guess the time that you have to fight them goes down or something like that. No, in this new mechanic, you are going to be able to pull up and create that slack in the line and then reel in that line, and that's going to be huge when you're fishing out in the ocean and stuff like that, and you're trying to pull them up from way down under. Maybe you're jigging or something and you're catching a fish and now you have to pull them up 40 meters or something like that. I have no idea, but this is a new mechanic that they're adding to the game. So we can look at what they've put here. Hey anglers, welcome to the third diary of our diary series about the upcoming updates. We want to introduce you to pulling up a new fishing mechanic we are very excited to implement. As our mission is to create a fishing experience that is as close to real life as possible, we constantly improve our in-game fishing techniques and create new fishing opportunities for our players. An angler can easily reel in the line at maximum speeds when fishing for small fish. However, as the size of the fish increases, it becomes more and more difficult to spin the reel. A certain threshold occurs when force is applied to a heavy load, so our point is to reduce side effects and expand your fishing experience by bringing in a new pulling up mechanic. And then they showed this cool little illustration, I guess, of the pulling up mechanics, how you're going to be sharply raising the line. The loose line will allow you to reel in the line quickly, as you raise that rod tip up and then lower it back down. They're going to have all that slack, and then you just repeat the action, and that's how you're going to be pulling up those fish quicker. And then they go into pulling up consists of constant repeatable actions of sharp pulling the line, loose, losing the line, reeling in the loose line, and pulling it sharply again. Few ways to pull the line sharply. They go into details about how to do this. They also mention body rotation, how we used to like do the hard set and the soft set. We used to move the character's body instead of using the right click or whatever. That is a genuine way of pulling up the fish, evidently, so that's kind of cool. And you can also move the character, kind of like you're using a cane pole or something like that. When you got a bite, you just run backwards. You can also do that as a way of reeling in fish, so that's kind of interesting. It might be a fun little challenge in the future. We reeled in a big old tuna without actually pulling up or something like that. I don't know. Running back, that sounds stupid now I say it. When fishing for a heavyweight fish, it is very important to safely take it out of the water. In such cases, we commonly use a landing net. I don't remember reading this earlier on. I knew about the whole pulling up thing, but I wasn't aware of the new netting feature, so that is a surprise to me. So the landing net, for fish over 5 kg, so that's about 10 pounds, which is a lot of fish, there will be a net landing system as it is necessary to make sure big fish is caught safely. The landing net will become an integral part of the inventory and will be available to every player starting from level 1. It is important and much needed update, as with the release of ocean fishing, there will be a lot of big fish. Now that's kind of interesting because when you get into the ocean fish, they don't necessarily net them so much as gaff them, but I guess if you want to release them, you wouldn't necessarily want to shove a big old hook in their side or something like that. So cool. Well, that's pretty neat. I honestly, from an RPG standpoint, I wish that this landing net was another thing. I know a lot of you probably don't want to hear that because you're still trying to make money and make your way up through the game, but I kind of wish it was like the keep nets, how you have to upgrade your keep net as you move on to allow larger fish. I wish the landing net was very similar. You start off with a somewhat small net that only allows for fish 10 to 20 pounds or something, or up to 36 inches or something like that. And then later on, you have to upgrade to something larger and larger and larger until you're able to keep the big fish, you know? Sounds like a plan to me. I will be interested to see how they plan on getting a big old freaking beluga sturgeon on board or something like that. That will be interesting. But it says upgrade your skill set with new pumping technique and catch the biggest fish like a pro. So this was something we were kind of wondering about, was if this was going to be like a literal skill tree sort of thing like you see in Russian Fishing 4 or in the Hunter or something like that, where you have to level up skills and stuff like that. Doesn't look like it's necessarily going to be like that. This is mainly like your ability to do it as the player. You know, are you, you know, it's just the get good crowd, you know. Oh, you can't do it, well, just get better at it. It's not the game's fault. It's not like you don't have your character leveled up to be able to do it. You're just bad at the game. It's that sort of thing. But hey, that is pretty cool to see more information about the new fishing mechanic, and I'd love to see what you all think of it down in the comments. Is this something you're looking forward to? Is this going to make a more realistic fishing venture? Were you surprised by the landing net thing? I'm still trying to think if that was like a thing they had talked about before, but I just really cannot remember them mentioning it. But it should be pretty cool. I think that the pulling up thing is always something we like attempted to do, you know, in the game, was we try to pull them and then reel in a slack and stuff like that. But then for them to actually say that it is like a feature of the game, a mechanic, that's really cool. And I feel like some of those larger fish that we feel like we're fighting for forever sometimes, this will definitely help with that. I hope. I'm excited to try it out. And I knew that they did a little thing for beta period. They put out a thing about joining the beta like a week ago or something like that to actually try out this mechanic and see what you think about it. And I did sign up for that, so I am hopeful that I can get into that. But I have had a great history of getting into betas with Fishing Planet, so it wouldn't surprise me. Anywho, if you found this interesting or entertaining in any way, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. I mean, what? 70% of people still aren't subscribed to the BZ Hub? What are you doing, huh? If someone offers you ice cream, 70% of you say no? Yes, I'm comparing the channel to ice cream. It's amazing. That's gonna do it. If you want to join us on our live stream every Monday, Wednesday, 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. Central, make sure you do so. But until the next episode, everyone, take care, follow along for more updates in the future, and as always, remember, everyone, we're one planet, one family, game on.